the teams through no fault of their own. It's what they're designed to do. Obviously, didn't engage with it maybe in the way that it was intended. I think what they did was they just made use of that. They knew how many stops were needing to be made by other teams. Used that particularly in Williams's case to their extreme advantage to back the pack up, knowing that they couldn't be penalised for driving too slowly, ensuring a gap would be made. As an illustration of that point, Russell was given slam dunk drive-through penalty, and rather stupidly, saying that he was absolutely fine to take the penalty by cutting the Nouvelle chicane, and got ahead and said, "Oh well, just take the penalty." Which is, if you're going to do something illegal, don't say that you're going to do it and then do it and then broadcast that to the entire media, sort of thing. Don't say, well, I know I can take the penalty. That's not, as a regulator, it's not looked kindly upon. So anyway, he did that, and as a result, 3 laps you've got to serve that, and he still managed to come out ahead of Albon, I believe, who was backing the pack up so much for Sainz. It meant that we had these teams engaging with this in bad faith, and I don't think that's their fault. We've put a sticking plaster solution over something that's probably a lot deeper of a problem. I don't like this rule. And I think it's made Formula One look the worst it has. This tells Formula One's detractors that, no, this really is what it is for Formula One. What's the minimum effort way that we can get the most number of points from this race rather than pounding around every lap and, doing the exciting thing of, rather than trying to overtake on track like would be interesting, doing a Kimi Antonelli style move on the inside of Bortoleto. That was absolutely, we saw more overtaking in that first lap from those two than we did the rest of the race, really, because the rest of, the entire time they were just like, no, let's do it risk averse. It was like a Formula One race run by an insurance company. Mitigate the risk, back people up, take all the criticism. And we've got people in the press conference right now laughing it off, saying, oh, maybe everyone should get some sprinklers. All right, we're going to turn this into Mario Kart or what? Other novelty karting games are available, but, it's almost the point of, of Double Dash or whatever. Like, I don't see what we're doing here. I think maybe we need more formulaic remedies to this problem rather than gimmicky solutions.
Shout out to Crash Team Racing as well. That's a great game from back in the day.